Okay, and then at one point, Ron Artest actually joined the team.
Yeah, my guy.
Yep,
my guy.
Yep. I've known Ron for a while. I've interviewed him. He was actually going to be one of the original investors of Vlad TV.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, and now he don't even like people calling him Ron, but I knew Ron. I knew Metta World Peace, Ron Artest. I knew him when he was younger. His dad worked at the same hospital, Kohler Memorial Hospital, as my mom. Mm. And we used to go up to the hospital, not just to visit our parents, but they used to have these juices. So Ron, Metta World Peace, he grew up in Queensbridge. I grew up in South Central Queens. So both situations is the same. Both areas is tough, rough. The same thing going on in there is going on in South Central Queens. So, he grew up in the project, and the same story I'm about to tell he has, that sometimes we didn't have juice in the house. But what we used to do is take the train to our parents' job and get a little trash bag and throw all the grape juices that's for the patients, all the grape juice, the apple juice, the orange juice, the pineapple juice, the cranberry juice. We should just throw them all these little things that you peel at the top. You open the little top. They were for the patients and the workers in the hospital. We'll go in there and throw them all in our bag and get back on the train and go all the way home and put the juice in the refrigerator for our siblings. And we had juice at home. And his dad worked in the same hospital, Kohler Memorial Hospital. My mother worked in the same hospital.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ron. I can't really call him Metta for some reason.
You know what? One day I saw him, right? This is kind of right at the beginning stage, he changed his name. And I was like, yeah, so Ron. He's like, Metta. I said, oh, you know what? Metta. He checked me about don't call him Ron. So I gotta remember, because I know I'm gonna see him again. I gotta remember calling him Metta, because that's his name now.
Yeah, I mean, at one point he changed his name to Panda's Friend. I mean,
hey,
Ron does his own thing. I mean, right now, I guess if you look him up on Wikipedia, his name is Metta Sandiford-Artest. So I don't know. I don't know. He's going to do what he's going to do.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, then in 2007, it seems like some problems started to happen. So the first one was on August 5th, 2007. You were arrested in downtown Houston for assault and public intoxication. It had to do something with a parking attendant.
Yeah. So 2007, I was driving my Bentley. When I pull up, I was going to a restaurant. I pull up to park the car. There's no parking attendant out there. I don't see the guy. So I got a reservation. So I get out. I go and I eat. I come out. My car's going. I see the parking attendant. It was as simple as this. Hey, sir, where did y'all have my car towed to? Right? The guy thought I was a little dog. He says, man, go look on the tree. I said, so guy's little, like 5'3" dude. Now, I was in a restaurant eating Italian food, having a glass of wine. So the guy and I was going back and forth. We're going back and forth. I'm like, yeah, my man, I just need to know where you didn't tow a Honda Accord. You just had a Bentley GT towed out the thing. I need to go get that. I need to get this car. What? So he's giving me this lip service. So I snaps on him. I said, yo, my man, tell me where the hell you have my damn car towed to if I lift your little behind up. That's what I told the man. He runs, calls police pulls up. So I'm standing like, no one did anything to this guy. Police pull up, hey, man, we gotta take you in. You making terrorist threats. I said, I did what? What are you talking about? So when I get to the police, when they take me in, I get downtown to the police station. They're like, well, we got to book you on public intoxication. I said, no one even checked to see if I was intoxicated. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I'm sitting there like, what are y'all talking about? But now at this time, as I'm going back and forth with them, I'm like, you know what? How long before I get out of here? Because I don't know. You guys, to me, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? There's criminals out there really committing a real legitimate crime, and you're here talking about you got to give me something that you never even. Lo and behold, they let me out a few hours later, and I go get my car and I just go home. And that was the basis of that situation.
Right. Well, the guy said that. I mean, according to reports, the guy said that he spit in his face.
Never. I don't come from that environment and world. Why would I do that to a guy that I know? Listen, I wasn't trying to fight him. I didn't want to. I really just wanted to know where he towed my car to. Why would I spit in his face? Somebody that I could literally look at him and know I have the upper hand on him. It's not adding up because at the end of the day, if that was the case, he would have told the people that from the get, and then they would have gave me just a charge for that, whatever that charge may be for doing that. I have no idea what charge spitting in my faces, but whatever that charge was, they would have took me that. They wouldn't have took me down there for public intoxication and assault.
Okay, but then a few weeks later, there was another incident in a nightclub where a guy got his neck slashed.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what happened there.
To be honest with you, Vlad, till this day, I still don't know. We were partying. I was partying with some friends of mine. Whenever I go to New York, I take some friends of mine in my neighborhood. You know, that's my way of catching up with them and go out. We bought a few, you know how this, people go out, we buy a few bottles of something to drink, right? It could be champagne or regular alcohol. We buy a few bottles. And we were having a good time. I go to the bathroom. I come back. I see the melee happen around my table. After it ends, I'm standing there in front of the bottles that I purchased and I'm pouring me a drink. As I'm walking from the bathroom, I don't know who this dude is that had the melee, that got into what these people got. It just so happened everyone comes to the table that we're at, right? I go home. I don't know nothing. I go home the next day, police call. I went to my grandmother's house. My grandmother was like, police is asking, they called to me, you have to come down to the station. I'm like, come down for what? So when I get there, they said, we put you in a lineup? I'm like, first of all, what did I do? I don't know what did I do? Then they take me down there and the guy says, him. They point me out and they try to say, hey, you slashed somebody. They don't tell you that we went to court and we went to fight the case, that the guy says it wasn't him. Right? You know, this is the thing that happens to a lot of people in the world of whatever status somebody may have. It's okay to say someone did something and they're going to put it all in the newspaper. But the moment that person's found not guilty, or that very same person comes and says, oh, he didn't do it. You don't hear it, right? So in your report that you have, you don't see that part in there. You know what I'm saying? So never slashed nobody. Never did anything to the guy, the parking attendant.
Well, yeah. I mean, in both those cases, you said that these situations are motivated by money.
Yeah.
So were there civil lawsuits around both those cases?
Let me rephrase that. So I don't think the parking attendant, I'm not going to say thing. I know the parking attendant guy wasn't motivated by money. He was just a small little guy. He was like 5'5" or something. And, you know, I'm 6'2", so I look like a giant to him. So I don't think he didn't know who I was and like that. So that, you know, when I said that, that's because at the time I was playing ball. The other guy, for sure it was. Because when it all hit the fan, he was like, they asked him how'd you know Rafer Alston? Well, I know he plays ball. So in his mind, he thought the people I was with did that to him. That wasn't the case.
Well, there you have it. So ultimately, all that was dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah, it all went away.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is that I got to go through that. And you're dealing in the basketball world. They don't want to hear that you didn't do it. You know what I mean? They just hear your name that is involved in that and they think you some whacked out person. You think you some crazy person. So until they meet you and really understand, like, nah, that's a cool guy. It's a very nice guy.